I just want to be an advocate for all of you out there and say, look, it's time to, if you have not spoken up and you hear things that are racist, even if it's from people who are the president or the directors or the executives in the hospital, your colleagues, there's a way to address it and call it out without having a direct confrontation, because maybe that's not going to be the thing that's going to land. Because for me, the real goal is to affect change. I want that person to be thinking about, oh, what are my biases and how are these people being treated? And even if I have to say, well, look at the long-term cost. If we don't help these folks, or we're cynical and say, well, they're a frequent flyer, or they're pain-seeking, they may have a legitimate issue. Pain-seeking is, drug-seeking, whatever, that's not my problem. I have Narcan. I'm not going to obsess and become cynical about somebody who is, perceived as drug-seeking, and they may seem like they don't fit the profile of somebody in pain, but everybody adapts differently also to chronic pain. So just remember that, because I've had quite a few sickle cell patients, and it's been very different, addressing their needs, and I'm in more of a ER type of setting. So I'm seeing them and being the one to often be the first person past the triage and ER to assess them and really talk to the providers to address their needs, or look up their care plans, or call their physicians and providers and say, hey, what is their pain management plan? This is really important. So I just am here to say, be empathetic, be compassionate, and cynicism is the fast road to burnout as a nurse. And racism is a type of cynicism, and that can permeate, because if we don't say something and speak up, even though we ourselves may not be racist or have biases, if we're tolerating it, it's going to burn us out. It's going to drive our mental state down. So it's really important to address it. And sometimes there's very creative ways to address things. So I encourage everyone who's in healthcare to not tolerate at all racism, bias, homophobia of any kind, and call it out and advocate for your patients. And that may mean physically stepping up and saying, hey, I'll just take that patient here. Let me start that IV. Let me take a look at their care plan. Let me take a look at their history. Advocate for them, advocate for whatever their disease process is. That's our job, and if you don't like that, and if you are one of those people who is genuinely racist or homophobic or biased, healthcare is not the place for you. It's just not. We need to provide an environment of care and a working environment that supports all people. That is part of the problem right now in healthcare, is good people are really getting burned out, and part of that burnout is working around people who are cynical assholes and racist and sexist and homophobic, or maybe that's the majority, and feeling like you're outnumbered. Move beyond that and transform your space. Be an advocate. That's our job. Thanks.